Hi, I'm Adrian Vanderhelm of Swimming and Diving, and you're watching Clan TV, home of Canada's NCAA team.
My name is Olivia Aguiar. I'm on the women's soccer team, and you're watching Clan TV, home of Canada's NCAA team.
Rachel Fragile as well, taking the tip, winning it for Simon Fraser against Courtney Hollander, number 21, and we're underway here. The shot clock down to 3. Kett's going to put it up. And Ellen Kett continues to astound at the shot clock buzzer. Roberts with a 3 from the corner. Bingo! Alicia Roberts with a big 3. Kicks it back up. They get the entry they want. And that is a great move from Rachel Fragile. The turnaround move against the zone. Great entry down low. Great job by Sam Beauchamp to come out of nowhere. Skippy to Sophie. Up top to Roberts. 4-3, and she hits it! Alicia Roberts with 5 triples. Kett turns the corner underneath to Sam Beauchamp for the layup. Dish to Beauchamp. She'll defer to Kett in the corner. Roberts for 3. Bingo! What can this Clan team do to get back into the game? Swant for 3. Sophie, the freshman, knocks down the triple. Ellen driving to the basket. Kett off the window. The one-hander goes! Swant back up top. Homer for 3. Bingo! That is a tough pill to swallow for the Clan. And welcome everybody to Clan TV here from the top of Burnaby Mountain. It's GNAC Women's Basketball, a Tuesday night special edition. Howard Samura here, soon to be joined by our analyst on the broadcast, Zahid Valley Hashim. Tonight it's going to be Simon Fraser, the Clan playing host to their chief rivals, the Western Washington Vikings out of Bellingham. And a tall order ahead for Simon Fraser, who took a 5-game winning streak in a Saturday's game against Seattle Pacific, but came away losers in overtime. So Clan trying to avoid hitting a 2-game losing streak, but it's going to be a very tough one here against this 14-2 Western Washington team. You see the Western Washington Vikings in blue on the floor right now warming up. The Clan players as well on the floor. They're wearing the white shorts and the blue warm-up tops as well. So both teams getting ready, about 7.5 minutes away from the anthems and the start of player introductions. Hope you'll enjoy the broadcast today, and it is a interesting final home week for Simon Fraser women's basketball before taking off to Alaska for a couple of league-ending games the following weekend. Quick look at Saturday's action. It was a 61-56 overtime loss against Seattle Pacific, a very, very desperate Seattle Pacific team trying to keep itself in the GNAC playoff picture, and they came in and played a very strong game, coming back from a 15-point halftime deficit. Multiple errors in key situations down the stretch, although helping the Clan, or rather helping the Seattle Pacific Falcons come away with the victory. Some of the top performances for Simon Fraser on Saturday will lead the way with Alicia Roberts, the senior guard, the Pepperdine transfer, going 6 of 21 from the field, including 6 of 16 from beyond the three-point arc. Alicia Roberts finishing with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals in 39 minutes of play. And in the front court, Rachel Fragile, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from the stripe. So tough going there for a second offensive highlight for this Clan team, but Fragile finishing with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds in 34 minutes. Of course, the win pushing or dropping Simon Fraser's record to 10-6 on the season, 12-9 overall. And heading into tonight's game, Simon Fraser still thinking about a 69-58 loss in Bellingham on January the 19th. That Western Washington victory over the Clan that night. And Western Washington has really picked it up since that victory. They would go into their next game at Montana State Billings and lose 53-47. That was way back on January the 21st. And ever since, it's been 6 straight victories for head coach Carmen Dolfo and company. The Vikings really getting on a roll here and still have that GNAC regular season first place banner within their reach. Alaska Anchorage ranked number 1 in the country in Division II is going to have to slip up for that to happen, but certainly the Vikings want to do their part to be there right to the end. As we look at some of the numbers from the visitors in town today, and it's a very, very obviously talented group. You're not going to get to 14-2 without a tremendously complete team, and really that's what Western Washington comes in here with, and they're going to be led by their leading scorer, 16.5 points per game. That's Taylor Peacock. She's a 5'9 junior guard out of Inglemoor High School, a Kenmore, Washington native, and a transfer from Division I Sacramento State. Taylor Peacock having a terrific season, shooting 40% from the three, 22 of 55. She's an 86% free throw shooter. Chips in with almost 4 rebounds a game, but that's 16.5 points a game. A nice total to lead the Vikings, a balanced scoring group here. Could also let you know about Kayla Burnson, 6'3" senior out of Moses Lake, Washington. Playing in the center pivot position, has started all 24 games for the Vikings this season, averaging 25.5 minutes a game. She checks in at 12.4 points and 7.8 rebounds per game. Can factor in 71 blocks in those 24 games, so almost 3 blocks a game from Kayla Burnson, who changes a lot of stuff that's happening in the post. As well, there's Kiana Gandy, another 24-game starter. She's averaging 11 points a game, bringing the three-point touch as well, 20 of 58, 35% from beyond the arc. The other starters, check that, will be Alicia Hathaway, we believe, a 5'9" junior guard at Shale Park in Spokane, and we believe Rachel Albert, the 5'10" junior out of Seaholm High School in Bellingham, hometown girl with the Vikings, probably getting the start there. And we are getting the confirmation on those 5 starters. So indeed it will be those 5. And very interesting because Tia Briggs, one of their top players, is not playing, injured after 18 games. She had started all 18 games. She was averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds a game, and was a solid member of that rotation. But Tia Briggs not on hand with this Western Washington team. So Simon Fraser will be the beneficiary of that. Tia Briggs, a very tough player on this team. We're going to take a look at the GNAC standings now, and as our producer-engineer Gabe Lynn flashes those on the screen, you can see, as we mentioned, 16 in a row for Alaska Anchorage overall, 15-1 in the GNAC, leading the way there. Western Washington second, Montana State Billings third, and the interesting part about the Simon Fraser clan, who check in fourth at 10-6, is they are going to play Montana State Billings, I believe, on, that's the Thursday game here. First game of a men's and women's doubleheader on Thursday on Clan TV. They are also playing a second-place Western Washington tonight. They will be at Alaska Anchorage next week. So what a way to finish for Bruce Langford's team. 3 of the top 4 teams in the GNAC in their final 4 games of the season. And that's why Saturday's loss to Seattle Pacific was such a heartbreaker for this Clan team. Really wanted to get to those 11 wins and be in shouting distance of a potential shot at an opening round bye, and that is going to be awfully tough now as we get closer to game time here. Simon Fraser University, as we mentioned, some of the numbers to look at there from Clan players, and Elisa Homer, although her three-point shooting average fell from 40% down to 39.4, still obviously a top threat on this basketball team. Comes in averaging a team-leading 17 points a game. Shooting, as we mentioned, 39% from 3 points. She's shooting 37% from the field overall. And Elisa Homer having a breakout season in her redshirt sophomore campaign for the Clan. Rachel Fradsley, we mentioned the double-double for her in the loss on Saturday against SPU, checks in at 11.9 points per game. And Fradsley, watching her on the court before the contest, getting ready here, a huge factor in the front court for this Clan team. Alicia Roberts will be one of the other starters, 11.6 points per game and shooting 48 of 150 from beyond the arc. Ellen Kett, the lights-out three-point shooter, 54% from the field, leading all Division II women's basketball in three-point shooting percentage, also at 11.5 points per game, but also dishing assists at a massive proportion here. 148 against just 63 turnovers on the season. And the other starter, we believe, is going to be Samantha Beauchamp, the sophomore, shooting 51% from the field, 5.6 points per game. But head coach Bruce Langford using the lineup very thoroughly. Sophie Swant, Vanessa G, and Fiona Beals all expected to see floor time here for this Simon Fraser Clan women's basketball team. We're about 20 seconds away from the start of the anthems here at the West Gym. When we come back after those anthems, we'll be joined by our analyst, Zahid Vali Hashim, here on Clan TV. Hope you enjoy this game. Thanks for watching the pregame show, and we'll be back very momentarily. The U.S. and the Canadian national anthems being played, and when we get to those player introductions, we can tell you a bit more about the Simon Fraser University Clan and the task before them. So we will check out for now Howard Samura here on Clan TV, and we'll be back after the anthems.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's game between the visiting Western Washington University Vikings and your Simon Fraser University Flag. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we do ask that you please rise as we join Maiden Downing for the singing of the American and Canadian national anthems.
And welcome back, everybody. It's Howard Samura here, along with Zahid Vali Hashim, our analyst on today's broadcast, and getting set now for the player introductions of the Western Washington Vikings. And there is a definite rivalry here in the ARZ. These two teams have had a pretty good rivalry in the short time Simon Fraser has been back in Division II from the CIS. Some of your thoughts on the importance of today's game?
Well, I mean, first of all, I want to see how they come out, how the Clan come out after the loss on Saturday night. Obviously, some miscues late there in regulation, and again in overtime that we witnessed here at the West Gym. But it'll be interesting to see how they come out and play. Their biggest rival in the league, cross-border rivalry. This rivalry goes back prior to the NCAA days and the NAIA days, and geographical rivalry here, and it's a big game, and I'm sure both teams are pumped up to play it. Yeah,
and it's great to see Carmen Dolfo, obviously a BC girl here, coaching Western Washington. What a veteran in her 25th season, and they managed the level of consistency the Vikings have had. Has been incredible to see. Simon Fraser, they come in with a 9-player group. Basically, their rotation is, it's like 7.5 players right now. They're going to have to give everything here. And just talk about the focus they need to bring to avoid foul trouble, but to play hard here tonight.
Yeah, and I think Western Washington's going to be well aware of that and attack where they can and when they can, because they have the bodies to do that. Coming in with a 14-2 conference record, second place in the league behind Anchorage. They're one of the better teams in the league, and SFU is going to have to play one of their best games of the season if they want to pick up a W here tonight at the West Gym.
And we have seen head coach Bruce Langford of the Clan really play a chess game with his front court players in the early going. He is going to go with Beauchamp and Fradgley, but the emergence of Sophie Swan over the last couple of weeks has really given him a nice piece to work with.
Yeah, you know, she's come off the bench, and every time that we've seen her out there come off the bench, she's just been an instant spark off the bench. But I have a feeling that, you know, he's really going to have to rely on the leadership of, you know, Fragile and Beauchamp in the post to match up with Western Washington, and, you know, and hope that they stay out of foul trouble. Because if they do get into foul trouble, you know, it could be tough in the post against this Western Washington squad.
Exactly, Z. Let's see what happens here as Rachel Fragile and Kayla Burnson, number 34, the 6'3 seniors we mentioned on Moses Lake High School, set now for the opening tip here. It's going to have to be a focus 40 minutes for the Clan here tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're underway here as Simon Fraser wins the opening tip. Going to get an over and back call. An ominous start here for Simon Fraser, having to turn the ball over.
Yeah, that's a tough one when you're kind of disoriented when you get off the tip, and you know, just clearly a backcourt violation. But it's just one of those plays that you got to find your bearings as soon as that jump ball goes up.
Well, here are the Vikings now getting a solid shot at it with Burnson in the post. Double team came pretty quick there. They're going to move it around and look for a lane here to the basket. They kick to Gandy. She's going to kick it back up top here. Shot clock down to 10 as Peacock drives to the basket, and there she is, the team's leading scorer at 16.5 per game. Great take to the basket for Taylor Peacock.
Yeah, and she's athletic, she's quick, and you know they really have to do a good job of containing her on the drives to the basket.
Ellen Kett now in control, and we know what kind of season she's been having. Very quickly to Roberts, the hot hand on Saturday. Quickly to Fragile, great look underneath to Sam Beauchamp, but the seal comes quickly, and she's unable to get the shot off. There is Beauchamp again with the basketball. Fragile, shot clock's down to 5 as Roberts gets the ball. They want a shot attempt, can't find anything underneath. That is terrific defense, and I love the way those Vikings, from their perspective, get up to cheer. A solid defensive possession here to start this contest. Wherever you're watching us, hope you're enjoying Clan TV with the Simon Fraser Clan, the only non-US team in the NCAA, wearing the white here and proudly Canadian. Andy getting called for the travel there, turns the ball over. So SFU here a chance to equalize. Some great energy in the building here tonight. Great energy with these teams, we can sense it. And Kett now with the basketball, quickly to Roberts. As we mentioned, 6 triples against Seattle Pacific on Saturday. So many three-point opportunities here for this Clan team, but will Western allow them to find the rhythm to take those shots? Kett's got so much savvy. Love the hard pass to Alicia Roberts for the triple. And there we go.
That's a nice find by Kett in the corner. Western Washington playing with a lot of intensity defensively. We saw that same look from Seattle Pacific on Saturday night, and Western Washington coming out with the same look, and they're going to turn it over on their second travel call here with just under 2 minutes into the game here.
That's going to be Alicia Hathaway, 35, with the turnover. As he mentions, the Shadle Park grad with her team's second traveling turnover of the early going here. We're just 2 minutes into the opening quarter of play. Simon Fraser looked like they were being suffocated until Kett went baseline and found Roberts wide open in the corner. Alicia Roberts, of course, knocking the triple down, a transfer out of Pepperdine. Drive to the basket, one-hander off the window, doesn't go for Homer. And Peacock now, who has the lone Western basket. Kett seals her baseline move there at the elbow. The jumper off the back of the iron, pursuing the ball. We'll see who's going to get it here. The jump shot there by Rachel Albert, the 5'10 junior out of Seaholm High School in Bellingham. It'll stay with the Vikings. 30-second shot clock here for the visitors in blue. Gandy on the top, Homer guarding her. Albert pass to Hathaway. They're going to find the go-to post player, but double team, very, very successful there. Burnson unable to get anything going.
And she went right at Beauchamp, and Fragile came over to help, and going up against the two bigs from Simon Fraser, she got rejected, and SFU comes away with the rebound. Good defensive stance there for the Clan.
For the two sophomores on this team, building some early defensive confidence. Here's Kett with the basketball now. Peacock guarding her. Kett will fire, and the NCAA Division II leader just off the mark. Still look at that number each day in the pregame notes and go, that can't be right, but it is when you're shooting over 50% from three.
I'm really, it'll be interesting to see how Homer is able to get off her shots. 33 has Gandy with a very long wingspan out there, and is sure to get a lot of defensive pressure on Homer when she's looking to hit those threes.
That's a great point, because Homer was stifled a bit on Saturday by SPU. She's become a marked lady. Here's a big shot being dropped there by Hathaway. A two-pointer. Alicia Hathaway finding the mark for Western Washington, their first lead of the game now at 4-3. Rachel Fradgley to hand off to Ket. Peacock staying with her as Ket drives to the basket. Lefty shot won't fall. Beauchamp on the floor with both Burnson and Albert. And Sam Beauchamp doing some solid things defensively and offensively, getting on the floor there for that loose ball, the Holy Cross product out of Surrey, BC. Hathaway to Peacock on the top to Gandy. Driving baseline, finds a lane to the basket. Ket contesting that rebound underneath, and a nice block underneath. And Sam Beauchamp's early energy, we've been watching these games. She's often the first front court player to leave with Swant coming in, but Beauchamp's doing a solid job.
She is, and we've seen Fradgley play with a lot of intensity, and now it's nice to see that Beauchamp's stepping up her game tonight against the cross-border rival here.
So 29 on the shot clock, and they're going to find Burnson one-on-one against Fradgley. She'll kick up top, and they'll move it around the perimeter to Peacock. Usually deadly, but missing there. Not drawing any iron. Solid move there by Gandy, who throws it off of a Clan opponent underneath the basket.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 calls as a defensive player on the rebound. Sometimes you're told to just let it go, it's going to go out of bounds. But then when Gamby gets around you with that wingspan and she was able to, bounce that off of Beauchamp's.
You're right about that wingspan. I mean, she's listed at 5'10", but that's like 6'2", 6'3" wingspan. There's a miss there by the Clan. Keeps the score at 4-3. Hathaway, Peacock, Burnson, and Gandy, they'll move it around the perimeter. Homer steps in, no call. Gandy takes the jumper off the back iron right into the arms of Ellen Ket. Threads a needle, does Ket right down to the baseline. Pass comes up to Homer, great look underneath, and Beauchamp can't finish. Burnson's there for the rebound. Sophie Swant and Tia Briggs, who, I apologize, I thought Tia Briggs was injured. 18 games started, but she's coming into action here for Western. Well, apologies there. Clan getting the ball back. Homer with the jumper. Elisa Homer. Of course, Homer went 12 of 20 recently, setting a new GNAC single game record, and the Hansworth Royal product out of North Vancouver knocks one down there. Reset in the post underneath, and they'll go up and score it. Solid move there by Rachel Albert.
The Clan, obviously, working that inside-outside game. They've had some really good looks inside, but unfortunately, Fradgley and Beauchamp haven't been able to finish those. But, both baskets here to score the 6 points are both three-pointers, so they're hitting 2 or 3 from behind the arc.
So Simon Fraser off to a good long shooting night. They can't feed the post, so they try to. Burnson does a great job to deny the touch to Fradgley. And right on the heels of that, here they come again, looking for a connection underneath, and the skip pass from Hathaway isn't going to find the target. Timeout on the floor, we'll take one as well. Back with more on Clan TV.
When I first came to SFU, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. When I got into my second semester, I suddenly wasn't so sure what I wanted to do anymore. So I started to explore a little bit. Archaeology, communications, history, even kinesiology. And then I decided to go on exchange to France for a year. I was an orientation leader for a year, became a community advisor in residence, helped start a choir. I even took a rowing course. After SFU, I have lots of possibilities of what I could do, but whatever I do, I know I'll be ready for it.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
And back with you on Clan TV, Howard Samura, Zahid Valley Hashem, and it's a 6-6 tie here with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Play some subs checking into the game. Sophie Swant, number 21, as well as number 2, Vanessa G, checking into the game. for Simon Fraser. On the other side of the ledger, as we mentioned, Tia Briggs will be checking in for Western Washington. And Tia Briggs listed as having started all 18 of her games, and so she will make her entrance here. One of the double-figure scorers on this team at 11 points per game. There's Tia Briggs, number 44, Wilson High School, Tacoma, Washington. So perhaps Simon Fraser with more front court responsibilities here with Tia Briggs in the basketball game. Gandy taking the inbounds pass from the baseline. Swant guarding her. They'll go to Peacock on the top and try and get something going here. Alyssa Evans as well, a redshirt freshman in the game wearing number 15. Briggs with the left hand on the turnaround gets an offensive rebound. Tees up Peacock for the triple, and that is going to have a nice friendly roll for Taylor Peacock. 9-6 to score for Western Washington. Briggs brought some nice hustle off the bench quickly. A shot attempt, an offensive rebound, and a kick out for the Peacock three. Here's Swant driving. The pure freshman is going to score the basketball.
That just continues. Her off the bench, you know, just that spark plug that we've talked about so many times. Freshman attacking the basket like that and getting a nice bounce off the glass.
I love it. Yeah, exactly, Z. She is fearless. And if she's not getting style points, she gets all the try in the world, and she finds a way to the basket. Here's Briggs. Kicks it up top. Gandy, little fake. Swant doesn't bite on that. She'll work off the Burnson screen and go on the baseline. Briggs, a nice arcing shot, is going to find the mark. So Western's bringing some efficiency the last two trips down the floor. They make it 11-8 here. Kept the drive and dish, gets it back from Beauchamp. Clan trying to space the floor, but I'll tell you, Western Washington is suffocating defensively. They got nowhere to go. G drives into the paint, puts up a short jumper off the window, can't find the mark.
And the Clan are going to struggle to space the floor with this lineup, and they, usually have three guards in as Homer comes to check in, but with to get another guard on the floor, because without that we have G and Ket on the perimeter, but then you have the three bigs down low. It's tough to space the floor when they're used to playing with the three-guard rotation out there.
Right. I was looking, and it looked like an NBA team was on the floor in a lot of ways. It just looked really congested, and to Western Washington's credit, you know why they've got that great record. Here's the kick and a one-hander off the window. This freshman is amazing.
Just fearless out there. And just as a freshman, 3 years from now, I want to see what she's going to be like as a senior.
Oh, my gosh. Nice shot there is going to fall for Alyssa Evans, 5'11" redshirt freshman at Mount Vernon High School. So Western Washington, as much as we talk about the Clan and G puts up the triple, it's not going to draw iron. Battle for a loose ball underneath. This Western Washington team, Carmen Dolfo keeps bringing in players, and whoever she brings in, they find ways to score. Here's Gandy underneath the basket. Turnaround shot is not going to find the mark. Burnson with that rebound.
Here, I'll throw a stat at you. Western Washington is out-rebounding SFU 12-3.
12-3.
12-3.
Wow.
Boards.
And you know what? You saw that play there. And I don't care what team you're cheering for, what you watch. If you love watching basketball and people getting after the basketball, that's what Burnson was doing there. She was getting after it. Simon Fraser has to match that intensity. It's going to be a long night if they don't. 13-10 for the Vikings here as Burnson steps up from 15. Gotta want the basketball. Gandy coming out, number 21. Rachel Albert. Oh, check that. Excuse me. Just changing spots there in the free throw line. Burnson struggles a bit there, misses it. Homer is able to track down the rebound. 14-10 the score. Nikki Corbett, number 25, set the check in at the next stoppage for Western Washington. Here's Vanessa G. to Elisa Homer, whistle away from the play. And Tia Briggs getting called for the foul there, and I believe it's going to be from tussling with the freshman Sophie Swan.
It was Sophie, trying to make it cut and moves from laterally in the post there from side to side as the ball's being swung around, and looks like Briggs gets called for the hold off ball there.
Well, affecting the play very well, and there's a three so clean it barely rustles the mesh. It was an incredible shot by Homer, who's now knocked down 2 triples. 14-13, Clan within 1. That three-pointer is such an equalizer. Nice recovery on the defense there by the Clan, although it does leave Homer guarding Burnson in the post. They'll switch it back and get Swant on number 34. Turnaround shot, too late though. And Burnson is finding a way in those one-on-one matchups. She's pretty hard to stop.
She is, and when you get a mismatch like that, she's going to score at will.
That Western recognized it right away. They got 34 the ball, and she made them pay. As Kett works off the give and go right to the window. Hello, Rachel Fradgley. Beautiful basket there. I was watching Rachel Fradgley's reverse Mikan drills in the pregame, and she was working it, so really wanting to make a statement with both hands underneath the basket tonight. She has a nice move to the hoop there. Down to 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Peacock off the glass.
That's just how the game started.
Wow.
That's how that quarter might end here as the Clan put up a shot at the buzzer.
Doesn't miss by much. 18-15, a one-possession lead for Western Washington, who are flexing their muscle here, showing why they're leading or sitting in second place in the GNAC. Time for a short break and be back with more on Clan TV from the second quarter.
One team,
400 athletes strong.
we sing not one,
but 2 national anthems.
We strive to always be better.
we put our heart into competition.
We pursue national championships and university degrees.
We care about our communities.
We are
We are Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
We are Canada's NCAA team.
And we're back with you on Clan TV. Howard Samura, Zeed Vali Hashim here from the West Gym atop Burnaby Mountain. Special night when Western Washington's in town. Also a special night when there's a Tuesday game happening at Simon Fraser University. Of course, the addition of Concordia, I believe, Z, is the reason why we've got these Tuesday games, but it kind of spreads the GNAC out on certain weeks.
It does, yeah, and every team's going to, in the schedule, have a Tuesday night home and away game this year, so this is the Clan's turn to host.
Swant with a shot from the elbow, in and out, right in the cylinder, and right back out. Sophie, a little snake bit in there with a nice look at the basket. Peacock, who's been so dangerous going to the basket here for the Vikes in the early going. Shot from about 16 is going to find nothing but the bottom of the net for number 35, I believe, Alicia Hathaway, with the jumper there. So coming out in the second quarter and hitting the nice medium-range jump shot. If Western doesn't lean on the three like the Clan does, they certainly are able to score in all facets of the game, and we've seen that already. Here's Kett, little change of direction, kick out to Kett to go up top. Don't bite on Swant's drive, but they'll use her on the give and go, and Sophie right to the glass for the layup. I believe Swant is 3 of 4 from the floor. She's doing a great job, 6 points in this game.
She is, and her 3 baskets are all like fearless moves, just going, attacking the basket as a freshman. You love to see that out there.
Well, for those watching, there's some collision underneath the basket. Raving a bit about number 21, Sophie Swan, a pure freshman out of North Vancouver who came to this program because of her tenacity as a rebounder and a defender. And that's why the offensive stuff we're seeing is really not too sure. We were kind of expecting that to be on the radar in her freshman season. She takes a seat. Clan making some changes. Fiona Beals, number 10 of the Port Coquitlam, now into the game. She's guarding Rachel Albert. Head coach Langford wanting a moving screen call there. He lets the official know about it. No call made. Drive by Albert. Turnaround shot. Beauchamp there for her second block of the game. Sam back in the game and making a real defensive statement. Gandy the drive, tough shot off the window, in and out. Beauchamp with a great tip. Sometimes fingertips are just as important as rebounds, and that was a big one there.
I love how active Beauchamp is tonight. It's her third block now here, just over a quarter into the game, and she's really stepped up and is really being really intense on the defensive end.
I was going to say ill-advised three, but Alicia Roberts is good at making me look bad because, boy, that shot did not pass. Nothing came in rhythm there, and Alicia Roberts just lets it go and drains it. It ties the game at 20. We're 2 minutes in here to the second quarter of play. Simon Fraser, not the deepest lineup they've had in recent years. They basically are going 8 deep here, 3 off the bench, and they're going to have to play the game of their season if they want to beat Western Washington. There is Beauchamp, though, right on top of Burnson, knocks her right to the floor.
And they call that one on Beals, which is actually fortunate for the Clan because that would have been Beauchamp's second foul, and she picked that up there.
As we look at the replay here, on Alicia Roberts' 3. Thanks to Gabe Lynn for that inside look at the replay and the shooting form of Alicia Roberts. Burnson's going to make the first. Beauchamp comes out of the game, and you're right, Beals was called for the foul, which I find stunning. Beauchamp's hand came right down on her head and knocked her to the ground. So a bit of a break, as you mentioned there, for Simon Fraser. Burnson, great concentration there with the Clan. I don't know if they're football or basketball players, or they'd be football players, I guess. Yelling down at her as she's making the free throw. She makes them. 22-20 for the visitors. Of course, Simon Fraser in the NCAA. The highlight of their NCAA Division II span was a Sweet 16 game against the Vikes down in Bellingham. I was at that game, and what a great atmosphere to watch a basketball game in at Western Washington. And of course, their staff do such a great job putting on a production. Love their emails all week, so informed on what's happening here as Ellen Kett drives to the basket. Kett with a great take.
That was a nice move by Kett, like all the respect that she gets as a three-point shooter. And then to just take her defender off the dribble and drive the basket for the lay-in.
But she does it like in the sneaky way. Like she's never going to blow you out of the gym with her athleticism, but she's going to beat you to the rack every time. It's just so fun to watch, and Kett makes good on the N1. In the half court now with Gandy. Clan actually on top here. Briggs will kick it out. Hathaway with the triple is not going to find the mark. Great rebound there by Gandy, though. She'll kick it back up to Taylor Peacock. Another 3 not going to find its mark, and there is Fragile with the rebound. Home run ball down the court to Roberts from Homer. 1 pass away from completion there. Peacock to Hathaway. Briggs trying to post up here, and they will feed her. I don't think help is going to come, so... But it's knocked away from behind, and it looked like Ellen Kett got all ball. And you can hear Bruce Langford, the head coach, saying all ball. I certainly thought it was all ball. Would love to take another look at that. But anyway, the foul gets called on Kett, her first of the game. As Peacock now set to inbound.
As Coach Langford picks up a warning there from referee Michelle Duncan.
Of course, Coach Langford teed up in 2 critical free throws in Saturday's game. A miss underneath on a gimme. And Nikki Corbett would love to have those back, number 25. Burnson set to check in at the next stoppage here as Roberts gets stripped. A very alert Hathaway steals the ball away. Peacock the entry to Briggs. Has a matchup she likes against Fiona Beals, and she's going to deposit the turnaround shot off the window. Briggs is a veteran, a 6'1 junior. She took advantage of the matchup against Fiona Beals. Put the Vikes back on top. There is a great move to the basket by Fragile. Some great eye-to-eye communication there as Fragile rolls to the basket for the lay-in. And the lead changing hands on every possession.
Yeah, and that was a great pass from Roberts, and nice to see Fragile put that one, because we've seen her miss a couple of easy ones. It's nice to build her confidence and get that easy one, and hopefully she can hit a couple more here.
The potential, obviously, for Rachel Fragile is So huge here just in her second year. Bullying her way to the basket. Gandy gets right to the rim but can't get the finish. Here's a triple from Hathaway. Struggling a bit from beyond the arc are the Vikes.
Coach Langford getting up off the bench and having some words for the referees here.
Stating his case. As we watch that replay underneath of Fradgley, and we love the way she moves without the ball, and I think moving without the ball is really a key component of her game. Turnaround shot there by Hathaway, nice post up. Look at the want and the will from Burnson underneath.
The Clan are going to have to do a much better job of rebounding the ball here. They're just getting out-rebounded 19-7 now on the boards.
Killer number in those second chance opportunities generated off the offensive rebounds. In Western Washington, the veteran team doing what they do best. Here's Homer underneath, and she's going to draw the contact. Elisa really good at drawing the contact, and the foul's going to be called against Rachel Albert. Let's watch a replay here on Clan TV as we head into a timeout, and we'll stay here through the timeout as we look at that great cut to the basket. And Homer making Albert pay underneath Elisa Homer out of North Vancouver. And it's been one heck of a first half, Z. We are in a 1-point game here. The Vikes with well, I should say the Vikings, because I don't think they go by Vikes. I'm thinking of the Victoria Vikes here. 26-25 the score, and you look at those rebounding numbers, as you say, look at that offensive rebounding number versus the Clan's defensive rebounding number, and it's 12-6 on
doubling them up on their own glass. 12 offensive rebounds for the Vikings, 7 defensive for a total of 19. The Clan, 1 on the offensive end, 6 on the defensive end for a total of 7.
And 4 of those offensive rebounds are credited as team rebounds, and they are getting after it. Tia Briggs and Kayla Burnson combined for 6 offensive boards. Burnson's got 4, and I think those numbers are so telling right now. Simon Fraser, though, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, and they're finding ways. They're a very unconventional team in the whole Bruce Langford kind of history here, in that the reliance on the 3-ball really is there. And it's very interesting to see if they can keep shooting like this, though. They're sticking right with one of the division leaders here in Western Washington. Leading scorers in this game for Simon Fraser, 3 players with 6, and that'll be Roberts, Swant, and Elisa Homer. 9 points for Taylor Peacock. She's leading the way. She's 4 of 6 from the field as Elisa Homer steps up to the free throw line. They're saying, no, I don't think anybody thought it went in, did they?
No, they were just confirming.
Just confirming that it was not an N1. It's 2 free throws here for Homer. And Elisa Homer, solid free throw shooter. Shooting 81% on the season. Automatic for Homer. Leading the Clan now with 8 points in this game, and she puts her team ahead, 27-26, 4.5 left here to the break. We'll be joined by Clan assistant coach Jessica Wallace at the break for a bit of her breakdown of this opening half as well. Feed underneath, and solid positional defense there by Rachel Fradgley. Denies Burnson.
Another offensive rebound for this Vikings team.
That is looked solid when it left the hands of Peacock, but it's going to miss the mark, and Beauchamp there with the rebound. Simon living dangerously here. The feed underneath, though, and Hathaway is forced to foul Sophie Swant. And for Hathaway, her first of the game. Sophie is so strong. She's a load. And when she comes through there, she is deceptively tough to stop underneath. Great look off the inbounds. And Sam Beauchamp gives Simon, I believe, their biggest lead of the game at 3 points. 29-26 is the score.
And that's Ellen's 6th assist tonight here. So that continues her sharing the ball. Obviously she had the great one on Thursday night with 8 assists in the first quarter. It's tough to beat that one where she almost eclipsed the GNAC mark that night.
Homer, great explosive move off the dribble, and it's that first move that puts the defense in jeopardy. Once she beats her check off the baseline, everyone is forced to react, and There's number 4 again. She keeps racking up the trips, and Elisa set to shoot 2 here. Checking into the game now, Briggs as well as Gandy. As we took that look on Clan TV at Beauchamp's quick reaction, there is Elisa Homer making good on both. She's turning in a solid performance now from the free throw line. 4 for her last 4 here. And hits double digits with 10 points in the game. Briggs with the basketball. Wanted to go handoff there to Gandy, but Swant is so aggressive defensively. Briggs elects to kick it back out. Shot clock's down to 9. Albert drives underneath, and that is a nice move by Rachel Albert underneath. Great feel underneath from the freshman, a slide by the post and find a way to score that basketball.
And Beauchamp had to kind of watch herself defensively. They're not wanting to pick up her second foul, which is very important. I'm sure coaching staff has emphasized that. You know, the bigs really need to stay on the floor and part of this game.
Yeah, we talked about that on the pregame. You're precisely right, Z. They got to be disciplined. There's Beauchamp unable to score it underneath, the ball right into the hands of Peacock.
Especially the way this Viking squad's rebounding the ball. If you get one of those bigs on the bench, they're going to be in trouble on the rebounding department. They already are.
And here's a player we're starting to discover in this conference, and she is impressive, and it's Rachel Albert. Rachel Albert is as we mentioned, check that. Apologies. Rachel Albert is a junior. Apologies there out of Bellingham, Washington. But the strength she has and the decisiveness when she gets the ball and that turnaround move has really helped her cause. Alicia Roberts set the check into the game now for Simon Fraser.
And just as we were talking about that second foul, she did pick it up on that last play. So
exactly.
Beauchamp's going to come off, and they're going to have a little bit of a smaller lineup out there. So it'll be interesting to see how they finish out this first half with one of their bigs on the bench.
You're right. A litmus test here for 2:28 as Albert misses the free throw. Ellen Ketnell, a whistle away from the play. .33 is Gandy, and I believe it's another foul coming because of a tussling match with Sophie Swant again.
Yeah, and she's making really strong cuts and, getting past the defender and just getting a grab of her. Or, she's trying to move around and make her move. But it's going to put her on the line of 15 fouls. Going to put the Clan in bonus here for the last 2:20 as Swant lines up for her second free throw. Well,
for our listeners in Bellingham who love GNAC basketball and follow everything that happens in the league, Simon Fraser head coach Bruce Langford has called his incoming class of 5 freshmen the most talented group he's ever brought in. And we're talking a lengthy coaching career here. So it will be interesting to see how that group.
Looks like Fradley's picked up a foul here. Not really sure what happened. You get a good look at it. It just seemed like nothing was going on, and you just hear this whistle come out. Coach Langford asking for an explanation, but that's the 5th team foul for the Clan. So Western Washington now in the bonus is Briggs is going to attempt her second free throw.
That we digressed with the Clan's incoming class. It will be a good one, a fun one to watch here next season. But in the present, Tia Briggs going 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and Fradley picking up her first of the game on the heels of Beauchamp's second. So watch that foul count for the Clan front court players. Not a deep group. Swant the handoff to Ket. They'll get it back on top. Clan need to get something moving here in the half court. You knew that was coming. They did not look like a confident group in the half court, similar to one of their earlier first quarter possessions. And credit the Vikings there for disrupting so many things. Here's Briggs back to the basket. Fradley one-on-one, the turnaround move. Too much Fraj for Briggs underneath. They're going to say it all went off a Simon Fraser player. It'll stay with the Vikes. 17 on the shot clock, 1:38 remaining in the half. Peacock with the basketball. She'll go right up top to Albert. No-look dish to Hathaway on the baseline. She's going to score off that mismatch down low against Roberts to make it 33-32. Credit the Clan, they are hanging tough here against a 14-2 team. Roberts puts up the triple off the back iron. Great rebound by Fradley. Not enough of that in this first half of play. Roberts, the keen dish up top for the 15-footer is not going to fall, but that was the pass to make. Kett chases it down. Swant keeps possession. Fradsley on a horrible angle. Swant is there.
Wow, what a play, Howard. Kett tried to find Fradsley, who was a little bit caught off guard with the pass, tried to throw something up, and ended up being almost like a pass to Kett. Who hits that.
It's, you know what?
Swant, sorry.
Yeah, to Swant. And that is just pure instinct. I mean, you can teach certain things. When a pure freshman can come into the game and have that kind of nose around the basket, she's just where she needs to be.
Her and Homer both leading the team here at 10 points, but a freshman coming in shooting 4 of 5. Wow.
Oh my gosh, she is playing one heck of a basketball game as Sophie Swant, and really, what an unexpected bonus, I think, from an offensive standpoint. I think we knew we were going to get energy, and you were going to get the old 110% try, and there's no question about she played her entire high school career like that. Undersized post, having to do it all at Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver last year. For what? Excuse me, just some instructions from our producer engineer here, and I'm learning. This is new to me. Here we go. Drive by Albert. Right-hander is going to fall for her. That's a big basket. It's going to make it 35-34. Clan down to a last possession here. 12 seconds remaining. Kett with the basketball. Roberts now trying to work off the Swant screen. Slides through 2 defenders and delivers a great pass underneath to Fradsley. What a basket for the Clan. 37-34. And Simon Fraser doing a terrific job in this opening half of play. They got a 3-point lead, and they are getting things done here in tremendous fashion. And it has been an impressive first half. And Clan assistant coach Jessica Wallace is set to join us here. And we'll ask Coach a couple of questions here and let her go. But Coach, we'll just look at the camera up here, and I'll tell you, wow, you guys had to play with so much focus, especially the front court matchups were important. And did you feel your bigs did a good job of playing, really disciplined basketball?
Absolutely. I think we're doing a really good job in the first half of really locking down defensively. I think we need to do a little bit better job of, limiting their offensive rebounds, but for the most part, I think we're doing really well. Yeah,
and I got to ask you about the natural feel and the fearlessness that Sophie Swant brings, and especially on the offensive end, where maybe we didn't expect to see this early in her career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Sophie's very, very competitive, and we're really happy that she's starting to bring that out onto the court. And, even though she's just a freshman, she still has a lot to contribute, so she's doing really well. Is this
what it's all about in the GNAC in terms of a geographic rivalry, a close game at the half, and a nice crowd watching a great basketball game?
Absolutely. You just gotta bring it, and that's what we're doing. So.
All right, Jessica, thanks so much. Clan assistant coach Jessica Wallace joining us for the halftime interview. We will take a short break here, and Zahid and I will be back closer to the start of the second half with a full rundown of the stats and a look ahead to the second half of play.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
It's on us to stop sexual violence.
We are Canada's NCAA team.
With 400 student athletes in 17 sports.
Together, we can end sexual violence at SFU.
To look out for each other.
And not look the other way.
To get a friend home safe.
To not blame the victim.
It's on us.
It's on us.
To speak up.
To step in.
To support those who need it.
To be a part of the solution, not the problem.
It's on me, it's on you, it's on us.
Because consent matters.
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 Learn more about how you can contribute to a culture of zero tolerance towards sexual violence at SFU by visiting sfu.ca/sexual assault.
Because together, we can make a difference.
There's a long list of phenomenal track stars from SFU, but nobody had a bigger impact during her time on Burnaby Mountain than Ruki Abdullahi. She won a record 17 individual NAIA national titles and set the Canadian long jump record.
When I was 6 years old, I always dreamed to come to Canada. That was my goal. And so when I didn't receive any, I started getting emails from all the schools in the United States. I actually got 30 schools that contacted me from the United States, but SFU wasn't part of that, and I was so disappointed because I wanted to go to Canada so bad. And then I got an email from Britt, and I ended up calling University of Missouri to cancel my application, and then I ended up coming to SFU. And I don't think I haven't regret coming to SFU at all. Training 6 times a week is tough. You have to, it's all dedication, giving all you got. I was studying full-time and training 6 times a week, working part-time at the equipment room. If you ask Tom, Tom will tell you, when I show up at practice, I give it all I can. And based on that, it actually paid off when I finished. All these challenges had made me who I am as an Olympian today, and I'm really glad I came here. You know, it was tough in the beginning, but it paid off. Tom, Britt, Gerard, they really worked really hard to make me who I am as an Olympian. And you know, SFU in general has supported me, especially my education as well, because you know, a lot of athletes come to SFU and all they think about is sports. But SFU, you know, they make it so hard for you to know that education first and sports second. So I'm glad that rules was set, you know, for me to be able to focus in school and do my sport as well, you know, so that is a great memory. Preparing for the Olympics, you know, you need motivation, you need dedication, and all the training that SFU provided for me really made me stronger to be an Olympian. Getting the opportunity to be here and competing for Canada is a great thing that has ever happened to me, you know. So, and now I have a little one, and she's a Canadian, and she's growing in this environment, and that's amazing to me, you know. I'm really glad to be a Canadian.
One team,
400 athletes strong.
We sing not one,
but 2 national anthems.
We strive to always be better.
We put our heart into competition.
We pursue national championships and university degrees.
We care about our communities.
we are
Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
We are Canada's NCAA team.
Andrew Karatza arrived on the Burnaby Mountain campus in 2002 and had an immediate impact. He scored 24 goals as a freshman, the first of 3 20-plus goal seasons. Karatza is remembered as the most dominant goal scorer in SFU history, with 81 goals in 69 games.
I was 13, 14. I played provincial team with Dave Elligot and Keith Watts. They had talked to me at that time to, you know, kind of put the bug in my ear that they like to see me progress and eventually come to SFU. And as time went on and got closer to graduation in grade 12, you know, I looked at a bunch of different schools, you know, the history that SFU had. I decided to come here, and I didn't know what to expect when I came up here, and I was kind of surprised when I, you know, started scoring as much as I did when I first came up here. And you know, you have to have a knack for that goal, and every time I had the opportunity to shoot, I would shoot, and I was in the right positions at the right time. And you know, it helps having good teammates, you know, to get you the ball. It was a never say die attitude with our team and the teams that I played through of the 4 years. We always wanted to be the best, and everybody put in their effort and worked hard throughout the year. And comes for the coaches too, they prepare you very well right from training camp throughout the season. They treat you like you're a professional athlete, and they want you to do well, they want you to succeed. not only on the field but off the field. They want you to be academically sound. They want you to do well in school. Otherwise, you can't play. If you can't do your academics, you can't play. So it teaches you a lot about time management and how to balance school and soccer. And I do it in my everyday life now, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to be where I was, and I'm happy that I do hold the record still, and hopefully one day someone can break it and help SFU win a national championship.
I'm Fiona Beals on the women's basketball team. You're watching Clan TV, home of Canada's NCAA team.
I'm Alicia Roberts. I compete for Canada's NCAA team. Watch me on Clan TV.
And we're back with you on Clan TV. Howard Samura, Zahid Valley Hashem, the West Gym, Simon Fraser University. Located at the top of Burnaby Mountain on a cool February night, and basketball in full swing locally. So many great high school tournaments happening, and getting to that nitty-gritty of the zone playoffs in boys and girls senior varsity high school basketball in the province of British Columbia as we look at some of these opening half highlights. I love the way Alicia Roberts split the defense there and delivered a great pass to Rachel Fradgley for the layup. One of the offensive highlights for sure. I'll just advise producer-engineer Gabe Lynn, we're going to take about a 15-second break here, and I'll be right back on the air, but just need to do one quick thing, Gabe. Be right back here on the air. And apologies for that. Right back with you, and time to look at some of the numbers, and hoping to get Simon Fraser freshman Sophie Swant on the air for a short interview about her play in the opening half of this basketball game. What a terrific... And we are actually ready quickly, and it's great to have Sophie Swant here. We'll just look at the camera up here, Sophie, and just tell me a bit about the first half of play, how much energy you wanted to bring and how happy you were with that effort.
I thought it was a great team effort. I thought we came out and did what we wanted to do. We stopped them offensively, and we had a lot more energy on offense. We know that they're going to take away our three, so we got to start looking inside, and I think we did that. Our posts were great this half.
How confident is your offensive game getting? In your freshman year, you were attacking the basket. I hadn't seen it to that extent that we did in the first half, and it was a great performance. But how comfortable are you attacking the basket off the dribble right now?
I'm not that confident, honestly. It's more my teammates that are like, Sophie, hey, listen, like, you can drive because they don't think you're that good yet. I'm like, okay.
That is brutal honesty from you. I love to hear that. You know, the post play in this team is talented, but it's not deep. I mean, there's you, there's Rachel, and there's Sam. And
there's more like just Sam and Fred.
Well, I mean, I think you're a big part of that. I think everybody would agree. You're very humble to say that. But at the same time, you guys have to play with so much discipline, really, don't you?
Yeah. No, I mean, just looking at Sam, I mean, like, what is she, like 3 blocks already? I mean, it's crazy. Sam and Fraj both are killer on defense, and it hurts us when they get fouls, but when they do, I think we're able to really adjust and, like, ping-pong the post well. So. How
much do you love this rivalry? You're here as a pure freshman, but this is a great rivalry. Can you feel it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It reminds me of something like Handsworth and Argyle.
I wanted you to say that. That's beautiful. Well, all the best, and thanks for joining us here, but all the best in the second half.
Thank
all
you
right,
so much.
Sophie Swant, the pure freshman out of Argyle Secondary, and our apologies to Gabe Lynn, our producer-engineer, for springing that interview on you so quickly. But we got Sophie very quickly and wanted to be able to get her on the air. Hope you enjoyed that, and some great insights from Sophie Swant on what it's been like and the encouragement she's getting from this Clan veteran core about going out there and just leaving nothing on the floor. And it's going to be essential here in the second half against the Vikings, and we'll run through some of those numbers for Simon Fraser, who shot 54.2% in the first half of play. They were certainly not given any easy looks by Carmen Dolfo's squad, but 13 of 24 from the field, including 4 of 7. And the Clan didn't miss a free throw. They were 7 of 7 from the stripe. Some of the numbers individually to look at. And we'll start off with Elisa Homer. Homer with 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He's hit both of her threes. 10 points in 18 minutes of play for the redshirt sophomore. As well, 10 points for Sophie Swant. 4 of 5 from the field. 10 points, a little bit surprising, just 1 rebound, but Sophie bearing down on the offense here and really getting a good job done. Those were much needed points for Simon Fraser in the first half of play. And of course, the bench points, 10-7 lead for Simon Fraser, all 10 of those points coming from Sophie Swant and her aggressive play in that opening half of play. 6 points as well for Rachel Fradgley. She's 3 of 4 from the field. She's also got 3 rebounds, 2 assists and a block. Another 6 points for Alicia Roberts, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. 2 assists as well for her. Other Clan scores in the opening half. 3 points for Ellen Kett off of a triple. And Ellen also dishing 6 assists against no turnovers in 20 minutes of play. Her stock in those D2 national standings just keeps climbing, both as a 3-point shooter and as an assist to turnover efficiency expert in this division. Ellen Kett having an incredible breakout junior season here for the Simon Fraser Clan. The other scorer was Samantha Beauchamp, and as Sophie Swant mentioned, what does Sam have? 3 blocks like crazy is what Sophie Swant said about her teammate. And Sam Beauchamp, I thought, was one of the better players on the floor, especially from a defensive standpoint. She did a great job, and we'll be joined now by Zahid Vali Hashim, our analyst here on the broadcast. We had Sophie Swant on, and she was raving about Samantha Beauchamp and saying, I love those 3 blocks and all that kind of great. Her energy was unmistakable.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Both those players had a great first half, and I think here in the second half, the Clan really need to work on their rebounding. Like, they're fortunate to, keep things close, given they're shooting 54% here in the first half, but they really need to work on their rebounding. I mean, Western Washington's total offensive rebounds were more than the entire team on both ends of the glass for Simon Fraser. So they really need to work on that in the second half, or else things could go the other way in a hurry.
That's a great point. How many times are you going to see that? 14 offensive rebounds for Western Washington, 13 total for Simon Fraser. And apologies for not bringing up to date on some of those Western Washington scores, but we'll do that when we get a chance here. Feeding down in the post, the whistle there, and we'll very quickly head back the other way. Leading scorers for Western Washington in the first half of play, Rachel Albert with 9 points as well. Taylor Peacock with 9, 5 apiece for Kayla Burnson, and Tia Briggs, 4 points for Alicia Hathaway among the major scorers for the Vikes. Here's Homer, thought about the 3, drive is going to get blocked by Albert. So Albert gets her team back down the floor. Has a jumper as well, follows her miss, and she's doing it all on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, that's a 15th offensive team rebound for Western Washington.
Wow.
That puts her into double-digit scoring with 11 as she leads all scorers here with 11 on 5 of 8 shooting.
Wow, she's having a great game, and she's a strong player too. She's able to guard much bigger players with that strength, keeping them off the block. This time, though, Sam Beauchamp just dances to the basket.
Another great assist from Alicia Roberts. I really like the way she's playing. She's really getting a good feel for the movement in the post and able to find those cutting post players to the rim for easy layups.
Wow, you just wish Alicia Roberts was around for another year. She has just given this team so much in that vaunted trio of guards with Kett and Homer. Nice delivery down low. Burnson can't get the finish underneath, and Homer with the rebound. Ellen Kett, we mentioned that, 6 assists in that first half, all 20 minutes and no turnovers in that opening half of play. And we're not surprised because she does it all the time. Little change of direction off a crossover, and she takes Peacock to the rack, and what a job she did there.
Yeah, and she loves that going right. We saw it from her last week a couple of times where she'd drive right and just throw it up with her left hand and catch the defender off guard and draw the foul as she crosses the body and forcing the defender to come across and get, foul her.
We just saw the replay there on Clan TV. What a great job Ellen Kett does, just deceptively able to get things done. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead, largest of the game for Simon Fraser, who can't get a defensive rebound to save their lives, but have a 5-point lead over the 14-2 Vikings here early in the third quarter of play. Gandy with the basketball. Nice pass cross court to Peacock for the 3-ball, and Taylor Peacock on the money there. A big basket for the Vikes at this point. They needed that basket. Roberts thought about the 3, changes direction, cues it up, and can't get the finish. Burnson with the rebound. Acceleration and dish. Hathaway to Albert. Up top to Gandy. Albert, the entry down low to Burnson. Tries a tough maneuver there, and great defensive positioning on the block there by both Beauchamp and Fradgley. They took away real estate down low and really made it tough there for Burnson. Homer's going to get back a bobble. Quickly to Ket, 1 look down low.
What a find by Ket. Just threaded the needle through traffic and found Beauchamp there for the easy layup. Her 7th assist of the night.
7th assist. She's doing a terrific job, and she's not turning the ball over. That's key. Here's Gandy backing up her check. Jumper there by Albert is going to find the bottom of the net, and Albert and Peacock are doing their best to keep Western in this game right now. 43-40, a 1-possession game. Sophie Swant and Tia Briggs checking in for their respective teams in the next break. Great dish again, and this time they will connect once more. Ellen Ket.
It was almost identical to the last trip down the floor. Same position for both players. Once again, able to thread the needle and hit for the easy layup.
Clan have not been the best at stopping the answer, though. And they need to bear down to get some stops here. At some point, if they're going to win this game, they would have to build a cushion because this Western team is so talented. Roberts to Homer in the half court. Quickly to Ket. Roberts a cut and a dish underneath, and they're finding ways to find their front court players. Fradgley with the lay-in. Points in the paint, so you never thought we'd see this kind of production early, and Carmen Dolfo wants time. So Western Washington will take a time. We're going to take, we will stay with you here, rather, through this break, and we'll let you know about, as we watch a replay here, the last basket is going to be something to watch because that's a great threading of the needle there by Roberts to Fradgley, and they've been surgical in many, many ways here as we've started this third quarter play. We got to take time, though, to tell you about some of the people who help sponsor Simon Fraser Athletics, proud sponsors of Clan TV and our local teams here up on the hill. One of them is Nestor's Market, and they're proud to be the official grocer of SFU Athletics. They're your local grocery store, which offers a full selection of items, including organic, all-natural, gluten-free, and much more. You can visit Nestor's today at the Cornerstone. We will also want to tell you about Pizza Hut, because if you're looking for delicious pizza on the SFU Burnaby campus, you can stop by Pizza Hut, located at Cornerstone Mews, to satisfy your craving. Pizza Hut is open to serve you until midnight, 7 days a week. So phone in your order online and have your pizza delivered in under 30 minutes. So be sure to check out pizzahut.ca for the latest details. And of course, you can order online or by phone, not at the same time. Back to main action here is Peacock. Starts off the play, they go to Burnson in the post. Gandy was going the other direction, but they're going to recover with 12 on the shot clock. Gandy one-on-one, great defense by Homer, but she's going to get called for the foul. Tough break there for Elisa Homer. Thought she did a solid job there.
That was tough. It's kind of was like she thought she didn't foul, and then her body language kind of told you, she might have got her.
Elisa Homer, such a competitor, and really you can read her face to tell how she's playing and feeling in the game right now, and that was a pout that she had on her face. They're not happy about that foul. Gandy knocks down the free throw, makes it 47-42. It's a 5-point game. Western's not going anywhere. The Clan have to manufacture their own success here. Homer drives, and the foul is going to be called, I believe, against Tia Briggs from behind. Indeed, a push called on Briggs, and the foul there is her second of the game. New shot clock here for the Clan as Ket goes up top to Homer. Homer drives on Briggs. Burnson comes in as the help. And is going to get called for the foul, and Elisa Homer is doing a great job of manufacturing free throw trips on those drives. 4 for 4 in the first half from the stripe.
Yeah, and she's a great free throw shooter and gets a lot of respect at the three-point line when she drives the basket. She drives hard, and she often does get fouled on the way to the basket.
Oh, when I talked to her, as we mentioned, 81% from the stripe heading into this game, I said, you know what, you've reinvented yourself, because in high school you weren't just a three-point shooter. And she goes, yeah, I know I'm known for that. But she says, I'm really trying to integrate that dribble drive game back into things here, and she's been doing that. Even when she gets shut down from beyond the arc, as we saw in the last game, the overtime loss, she still scored 20 points.
Yeah, she did. And I'm going to reference, and you'll have to remind me under the article you wrote, how many shots did she take in the offseason?
60, was it 60,000? I think it was 60,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Langford told her you have to shoot 20,000 more than a normal shooter would shoot over the summer. And she wanted to know what normal was. He said 40, so she did 60. Here's Roberts. Clan surviving that last foray. Swant tries to steady herself, almost gets it to roll against a double team. Roberts just teed up wide open for the three. Elects to go to Swant, and they'll kick it back. Alicia gets it back now to Ket. Ellen to Fradgley, moving on the baseline. Couldn't come up with a basketball. Crossing half court now. Gandy with the basketball, driving this time. Turnaround move. Homer goes crashing to the floor. Offensive rebound number umpteenth. And it's a putback from Gandy.
Coach Langford looking for an offensive foul there. It's the third time we've seen a Clan defender go to the ground, but no foul calls on any of those three in this game so far. So, referees might be feeling like there's not enough contact to warrant a foul. It's just a more of a play-on kind of situation.
And Homer's been the recipient of two of those tumbles. There's Roberts with a rebound. Swant finishing on the break. Oh, and Sophie can't find the touch at the end.
It was tough when she kind of got tangled up and, didn't catch it like where she wanted to and just lost her bearing on the way to the basket and tried to get something up. But boy, it would have been a beautiful one there.
Yeah, you know what? Runs like a gazelle and wants to finish on the break. Just how many times have we seen that? You're also going to learn some lessons on how to guard in the post one-on-one when you get a veteran like Tia Briggs. One of the top four in the rotation here for the Vikings, and timeout being called on the floor. And time to let you know about more of our sponsors on Clan TV. One of them as well, the Keg, is always a proud sponsor of Simon Fraser Athletics. You can visit a local Keg restaurant after the game tonight and make that your best play of the night. Keg Steakhouse and Bar, see you tonight. Another proud sponsor of Simon Fraser Athletics, of course, White Spot. From cheering on the sidelines to providing award-winning burgers to fuel athletes and fans before or after a game, White Spot has your back. To find a location nearest you, the directions, whitespot.ca. As well, we can let you know for the latest news, stats, videos, and more, visit athletics.sfu.ca. You can also stay connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, #GoClan. We can also let you know that today's game is live streamed in HD. You can watch it on HD at athletics.sfu.ca live. You can find the full Clan TV live stream schedule at athletics.sfu.ca/Clan TV schedule. And of course, the game also available on demand at athletics.sfu.ca/on-demand. So a full library of Clan athletics available for your viewing pleasure as Fiona Beals now into the game and inbounding the basketball. Homer feeding Fradgley, this time to an open wing right to head coach Bruce Langford, and the turnover there with 3:07 left in the third.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You hate to see those ones go straight out of bounds. If you're going to have a turnover, you want to at least have something that might have made contact or been able to be received on the other end, but that one just went straight out of bounds into Coach Langford's hand.
Straight out of bounds and right into the hands of Burnson in the block, and she's going to get fouled. Is that the call? It is indeed. Fiona Beals getting called for the foul. Beals' second foul of the game. Peacock now set to inbound the basketball quickly to Burnson to go up top. Peacock and Beals in a bit of a battle for that loose ball, going out of bounds, I believe, off the Clan player. So inbounding the ball now, Amanda Lance, I believe that is number 12. Redshirt freshman on the Mount Vernon. Alyssa Evans, number 15, also in the game. Here's Peacock working off the screen. Jumper put up there by Lance is going to be off the mark. Another offensive rebound. The Clan putting themselves in such jeopardy here. They have to work so hard on defense in this game. But this time the ball going out of bounds as Burnson pursues it on the far corner and can't find it. Sam Beauchamp into the game. Fiona Beals will come out. So Beauchamp, who's had a terrific game. 49-46 Clan lead. And we'll see what the energy level is like for this Clan team as they play a much deeper and experienced Western Washington team. Here's Ket, the homer in the corner. Triple on the way is going to be off the front iron. A battle for the loose ball underneath. Quickly going to Lance. Feeding Burnson in the post up top. Drive to the basket, and no one is going to guard Alyssa Evans. She got to put a body on her on the baseline. She went right to the basket unopposed.
And this size here is really playing a key part of this game right now in terms of in the post and getting the looks at the basket with Burnson out there, and her rebounding abilities.
Well, yeah, Simon Fraser is being saved by the fact that they are productive in the front court with their players, and the fact that Fradgley's having a good game, because if not, look out, 51-48 as Frage has the answer. Going to go up top, and they find Burnson again against the double team, and this time the friendly roll is not going to be there for Kayla underneath. Head coach Bruce Langford has already been given a warning here, and he is going to get the tee. He just got teed up, and that's his second game in a row now. Technical foul being issued to head coach Bruce Langford. And coach wanted an over and back call on that play, Z.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what happened after that play because they ended up turning the call over and giving the ball back to the Clan. I'm not sure if that was, if there's a quick turnover there or if they just reversed the call. Well,
Western with a chance to take the lead here. Peacock's going to get 2 free throws, and Western's going to take possession of the basketball with 1:21 remaining. So here she goes, and she's good from the free throw line. No problem at all for Taylor Peacock. 51-50, the Vikes within 1 point here late in the third quarter. And I don't know my rules, of course. Here comes Simon Fraser with the basketball.
I couldn't quite see what happened there because there are a lot of bodies in the way, but I believe the referees might have turned the call over on that out-of-bounds play.
Gotcha,
and
okay.
And then the technical foul came, but the Clan would retain possession on the baseline there.
Thanks, Z. That's why you're here. I'm glad you're here. Here's Simon Fraser with the basketball. They have a 1 point lead, and Fradgley with the basketball, a handoff to Roberts. Alicia turns the corner, makes another pass to Fradgley, but this time unable to squeeze it. Peacock one-on-one against Ket. Ellen wants to take the charge, and this time Simon Fraser is going to get the call. Carmen Dolfo off her seat, and she is disgusted with the call.
And that is a tough call. I think
Ellen's feet were still moving. If you look,
yeah, she didn't look like she had a legal guarding position there on the defensive side. So that is a tough call, and I think Carmen has a point there.
I also think she's the best at taking charges in the conference, and she's going to get some of those. But I agree with you, Z. Her feet were still moving. Here's Roberts turning, skip underneath it. Burnson's going to get in the way of that one. I just love the chess match being. I could watch, if you want to come here tomorrow for another, I could watch this every day, the same two teams.
It's always great when you have these rivalry games because the teams are, playing with that extra edge on both ends of the floor, and it's just fun basketball to watch.
Homer, great move to explode to the basket, but overhandles it and turns it over. And now it's Peacock with 24 seconds left in the quarter. Boy, it's going too fast for my liking. Gandy, dribble drive, dish to the far baseline. Gandy's going to slow it up here. There's about 0.3 of a second difference between game and shot right now. Peacock, a drive. She's been so good at this all game long off the back iron. Burnson is going to get fouled with 2.5 seconds left underneath the basket.
Looks like they're calling the foul on Alicia Roberts, I believe.
I believe it was.
She's going to pick up her first foul.
So Burnson with a chance here late in the third quarter to give the Vikes the lead. She's going to miss the first. Big miss there for the Vikes.
Yeah, 53% free throw shooter, and she's 3 of 5 here tonight, so right pretty much on her average.
Putting the spring-loaded Swant in there on the free throw line with the opportunity. The thought there's a miss and a rebound and a timeout here. But Burnson's going to put it through. 2.5 seconds left. Cat dribbling, putting up a shot from 60 feet. That's not going to find the mark. So 51-51 is the score. We're starting from 0, heading into the fourth quarter of play. Howard Samura here on Clan TV. We'll take a short break and be right back with the fourth quarter of play.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
When I first came to SFU, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. When I got into my second semester, I suddenly wasn't so sure what I wanted to do anymore. So I started to explore a little bit. Archaeology, communications, history, even kinesiology. And then I decided to go on exchange to France for a year. I was an orientation leader for a year, became a community advisor in residence, helped start a choir. I even took a rowing course. After SFU, I have lots of possibilities of what I could do, but whatever I do, I know I'll be ready for it.
And we're back with you on Clan TV. Howard Samura, Zahid Fali Hashem from the West Gym. Best seats in the house, courtside. As we start the fourth quarter of play and strap yourselves in, it's going to be a terrific finish to what has been a hotly contested game here in the GNAC. 10-6 Simon Fraser, 14-2 Western Washington. Here's Swant driving to the basket, pulls up and finds Roberts. Alicia's going to turn the corner, great look. And they are having so much success with that dish having Fragile moving to the basket. Fragile, 6 of 7 from the field. She's having a heck of a basketball game, 12 points. Simon Fraser right back down the floor. Gandy with that long wingspan, able to deflect the pass. And those really are tough on head coach Bruce Langford, his expression. Here's a drive, no drive there. They're going to feed the post again. Burnson one-on-one against Fragile, and this time Burnson is going to score the basketball. He's going to tie the game at 53. Roberts setting up, who's going to put up the 3, and this is going to go off the window. Alicia Roberts kisses it off the glass for 3.
Her 9th point, her 3rd three-pointer, 6 assists, and she had a great shooting performance last game. It's nice to see her carry that momentum into this game when it really counts.
Yeah, she's red hot and she's efficient right now. There's Frage and Swant chasing the ball out of bounds right in front of the Western bench. And they just could not squeeze it.
It's tough when they had 2 opportunities to secure that rebound, and it just goes out of bounds, and Western Washington's going to get the possession here with a fresh shot clock. Inbounding in front of Coach Dolfo there.
You talk about fatigue and when it's going to start to creep in and how much Western's going to sense that and just become a team of sharks here, and they really have to adapt that mindset. Here's a jumper, and it's going to fall. Great form on that jumper by number 15, Alyssa Evans. So the Clan now nursing a 1-point lead here. 56-55 is the score. Evans is going to be called for the foul as she quasi blocks a drive fake there by Roberts. So the foul being called on Evans. Her third of the game.
Clan, you talk about that chess match. So pulling one of their bigs out, Western Washington's going to put Briggs back in the game and take out Burnson.
Yeah, Fradgley to the bench, and right now Swanton Beauchamp along with Homer, Kent, and Roberts on the floor for Simon Fraser. Alicia, wide swath on that crossover, wants to knock down the three. Swant comes out of nowhere, but can't beat the Vikes to the ball. That is the fourth time a Clan player has gone down with no call. Evans is in a shooting groove, though, Z. She knocks down another shot.
Yeah, and it was Kent on that receiving end. She's trying to talk to the referees, thought that she could have drawn a charge there, as Coach Langford emphasizes so much when you talk to him.
Tough break there for the Clan. They can't get momentum going right now. Both teams doing a good job of snubbing out each other's momentum here, and it's been the case the whole game. I think the biggest lead has been about 5 or 6 in either direction. Here are the Vikes with the ball in Peacock. Shot clock's down to 8 now as Peacock drives. Kent will not leave her side. Oh, Kent erased by a solid pick there from Tia Briggs, and they will score the basketball.
Yeah, that was a hard screen that she ran into, and she got shooken up. You could see her come off that screen, and looks like she got hit pretty good there. I mean, completely illegal play.
The ultimate case for those who say basketball isn't a contact sport. That was a rocking hard pick there set by Tia Briggs, and scramble for a ball there as Swant battles for it with Albert. But boy, I'll tell you, Briggs set one heck of a screen there, and she knocked Ellen Kent to the ground. Kent is so tough, though. Rachel Fradgley checking into the game again.
And the chess match continues. You see, they just want to match up, and they know both teams got to kind of give their stars a bit of a rest for a minute or so if they can, because this looks like one of those games is going to come down to the last possession.
Wow. 59-56 now. Western with the swing and the momentum in the ebb and flow of this contest. Now 6:18 remaining. Howard Samura, Zahid Valley Hashem. You're enjoying the broadcast tonight from the West Gym in Burnaby, British Columbia. Drive on the baseline by Albert. Again, that offensive rebound. Incredible discrepancy tonight. Here they are again with Amanda Lance, the junior out of Buckley, Washington. Or check that, the freshman. Off the window there is Albert. Rachel Albert with a basket there. So this getting serious now for Simon Fraser. They need to show some signs of offensive life here, trailing by 5. Kent will drive baseline against Lance, and the foul called. Simon Fraser basketball, and Kent set the inbound, so we watch the replay here on Clan TV. Fradgley with the basketball. We're not going to see the end of that play, but jumper there from Roberts won't fall. Looking for signs of body language with these Clan ladies, Z. I don't know if fatigue is a factor right now or not, but this is when it starts to kind of hit you.
It does. This is the home stretch, and they got to give it all they got. We talked about needing a full 40-minute performance, and we're 35 in, and they just got to hang tight. And they're down 5 here, and they just got to really buckle up and just play hard here for the next 5 minutes.
So many players have to make plays, and if she keeps shooting the ball like that, that is Rachel Albert. She's doing a great job. Bruce Langford needs a timeout. The Vikes charge off the bench with that timeout call, and they're a pumped-up group of ladies here from Bellingham tonight. 63-56, the largest lead of the game is at 7 points for Western Washington with 5:07 remaining. We'll keep it here through the timeout and let you know as well about a couple of other proud sponsors of Simon Fraser Clan Athletics. And one of them is, of course, the Simon Hotel. You can take your next hotel stay to new heights at the Simon Hotel, located on the SFU Burnaby campus. In addition to breathtaking views from one of the Lower Mainland's highest hotels, the guests receive complimentary parking, access to SFU Fitness Center and pool, and discounted rates at the dining hall. You can visit their website at sfu.ca/stay here. A great place to stay if you're in town ready to watch the Clan whether that be on the soccer, the football, basketball, volleyball, whatever it may be. The Simon Hotel, a great place to be. Charter Bus Lines as well, the official motor coach of SFU Athletics. They're proud to support SFU football and all Clan teams. Charter is dedicated to providing safe and comfortable transportation to your games throughout the Pacific Northwest. You can visit them at charterbuslines.com. Z called it the home stretch. Indeed it is. It's time where the storylines will be defined and the magnification turned up. Are the Simon Fraser clan going to respond with here with 5:07 remaining, trailing by 7. Start off with a handoff to Homer. Ket's going to take a turn to the basket. Oh, a little runner won't fall for Ellen. Tough break because she manufactured a great chance for herself. You could say right now the Clan have never needed a defensive stop in this game more. But what is going on with Rachel Albert? She's 7 of 11 from the field, G. She's got 15 points in this game.
Correct that. She's a 9 of 14 for 19 is Albert. And man, she's hit a couple jumpers.
I'm looking at an old score sheet. I'm sorry about that. You're right. But boy, is she dominating. Oh, through the legs to Beauchamp. Back up top to Roberts. Doesn't result in a shot attempt. Here's Homer. Pulling up from 15 is going to get partially blocked by Gandy. Two on the shot clock.
Yeah, Gandy got a piece of that on the way up, so Clan will keep possession with 2, and here we go.
Shot attempt goes up, and again, looks like it was partially blocked, this time on the far sideline by Hathaway. Alicia Hathaway. And Z, they're suffocating Simon Fraser right now. This game has turned.
It has turned. They're being outscored here by 10 or 12, I think, in the second half now. And Western has really stepped up the intensity on the defensive pressure, and forcing the Clan into tough shots and hitting some on their own offensive end. So it's that dual combo that's really giving them the separation here.
Briggs, the fake turnaround up top to Gandy, who drives with the basketball. They're going to turn it over to Simon Fraser.
I mean, they caught Briggs in the key for a little bit too longer for the referee's liking. So 3 in the key turnover there, and she's going to come out. Burnson's going to come in. So you come out, you take Briggs out, but you just come back with her with the starter. And
wow,
man, she's having great games as Burnson, 8 points, 11 rebounds.
Yeah, this is a great look. This is the starting group for Western on the floor right now. They have decided they want to make their statement here with 3:31 remaining. Sophie Swant, the freshman, with a turnover there. It's Albert, Peacock, Gandy, Burnson, and Hathaway on the floor for Western Washington. Roberts, Fragile, Swant, Homer, and Ellen Kett in response for the Clan. Hathaway, the handoff to Peacock. Western will deliberately slow the tempo here in the half court. They want to work for their best shot. They work off the Burnson screen. Peacock does, and a one-hand scoop shot. Fragile not allowing a lot of real estate there to work with. Quickly down the field, or down the floor to Homer. Steal by Hathaway, and they're going to call it out of bounds, though. Valiant attempt, but it'll be Clan basketball. So Simon Fraser with an opportunity here to get the mo going again. They misplaced it along the stretch drive here tonight. Oh, Gandy, so aggressive, comes charging right into Homer, going for the steal. And Homer is going to get called for the foul. That's an ego-deflating foul right there, her second of the game.
That's a tough one. They really tried to look. I think they realized that they do need a couple threes here if they want to get back in this game. And Homer coming around the screen, and Gammy is right there to meet her and able to pick that pass off. And Homer got her hands caught in there to get called for a holding foul there.
Elisa's second of the game. Peacock down with the basketball. He's been masterful from that point guard spot tonight, finding Hathaway on the far wing. Kick it back up top to the talented team scoring leader here. Kick it back up top, this time to Hathaway. She drives and kicks on the baseline to Burnson, who gets creamed underneath by Swant. No call there, in a battle for a loose ball between Kett. Ooh. Kett and Gandy. The two go to the floor hard.
And Coach Dolfo looking for a foul on that drive to the basket, expressing her sentiment to the referee crew here, but have a shot clock violation. The Clan will get another chance here.
We're seeing a very, very, very seasoned and deep Western team here. There's a great look underneath, and Swant plays the passer from the low block. She finds Roberts on a curl to the basket, and it's an N1 opportunity. So Alicia Roberts now with a chance, and we'll watch it here on Clan TV. The angles really don't look like they're going to work here, but a great job by Swant. About 8 feet from the basket as a pass on a cut we don't see all the time. So the miss on the N1 there.
And that's a tough miss, an 89% free throw shooter. You know, missing that one. That really hurts.
You need every point here with 2:03 remaining. This Western team is so veteran and so savvy. We've seen so many great performances just in terms of their defensive responsibility off the bench from Western Washington. And really you see the depth of this team and how it really, Simon Fraser's depth does not compare. And Ellen Kett, oh my gosh. Kett's going to get called for the foul. And you can see the frustration on Ellen's face. You can see, she literally is getting her skull crushed on the floor by Peacock as they go down on the ground. And Ellen is just, and Peacock, because I'm not trying to demean any player here. Peacock is a classy player as well. But I'll tell you, Ellen took the worst of that, gets called for the foul. And you don't see a hint of retaliation, just a classy player as she comes off the floor. And that's a tough one to take.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul. You nailed it. I mean, obviously they played well for 3 quarters of this game, and then to just potentially lose it here in the fourth quarter. It's it's a tough pill to swallow.
Wow, is it ever?
I mean, the game's not over. Still 2 minutes left. It's a 7-point game, but they got.
Yeah, there's certain kinds of 7-point leads. There's 7-point leads that you think you can make up, and then there's 7-point leads that are more like 14-point leads.
Yeah, and this is one where you can feel in the air. There's still that extra edge on both sides. We saw that with that hard foul. Coming up. So maybe a bit of a spark, and I think the Clan need to look at maybe getting some good looks from three. That's something they've gone away from here in the second half, and haven't had much success overall. This evening, but I think that's something that they can still look at trying to, hit from, if they want to get back into this 7-point lead here.
That's a great point. Play to your strengths, and they're the best three-point shooting team in the conference. Let them tee it up if they can find a way to manufacture those looks into rhythm, but they've got to get a stop here first. And the Peacock-Kett battle will continue. Taylor now with the basketball. Kett stepping in once more. Getting called for the block again, and it's Kett's third of the game. Fiona Beals now checking in. Going to give Kett a bit of a breather, but it's going to be brief.
I think what they might do is look at an offensive-defensive substitution opportunity as Kett stays towards the front of the bench here. That was her third foul, so maybe...
Triple team, very aggressive, trying to get that steal. They get a jump ball out of it. Mission accomplished for Simon Fraser as Beals, Swant, and Roberts come hard. Darrow is going to favor Western.
Yeah, and Coach Dolfo did not like that call at all.
Fiona comes in a bit too strong. Kett back at the minor officials table, set the check in. Likely for Fiona Beals, number 10. Peacock, though, getting a chance to shoot free throws. Beals off and Kett back in. As Peacock makes the first, it makes it an 8-point game. I think you're right, Z. They got to start launching. They're down by 9 here. Largest deficit of the game. Here comes Kett. Here's Homer. Thought about the three. Is going to drive it. Get it back up top to Swant. They'll go to Roberts. Ooh, dangerous pass as Alicia drives to the basket. Right into traffic underneath, and it's repelled. And Roberts so determined to get the ball back.
quite the flurry of events there. So looks like Bernson's going to pick up the foul after Alicia Roberts
stole that
ball back. So the Clan are going to get a 30-second shot clock here, the baseline inbound, and $1:25 to go and down 9.
So what can they do? You're right about, though, just in terms of Simon not really ever getting a chance to free up that three-point shooting game. It's been so tough to find a rhythm, and you got to credit Western Washington for taking that away here tonight. Here's Homer, drive, and I guess Burnson again getting called for the foul.
That's going to put Homer at the line, as that's Western's 5th foul of the 4th quarter. So Homer's going to go to the line to shoot 2, 6 for 6 on the evening.
Yeah, just based on what she's done, you're right, Z. The clock stopped. You can't ask for anything better if you're Simon Fraser. Chance to put 2 on the board with the ticks not moving. Beals checking back in for Ket. Fragile and Swant underneath the basket right now as Homer makes them both. Briggs set to inbound. Fiona Beals, Swant guarding her, taking her right to the sideline, right in front of her broadcast location. Tell you, head coach Bruce Langford is giving the stat guy a workout here in the last little bit. He is subbing back and forth here. Beals set to check back out for Ket after this free throw. Fiona out and Ellen back into the game, number 5. I almost think Ellen's going to be fitted with a flak jacket before she comes into the game. She's been taking such a pounding. Free throw will fall for Gandy. 68-60, so back to an 8-point lead here.
Well, there's going to be a foul called on Briggs after the basket went in. I think it was Swant that ended up on the floor on the rebound off that free throw. That free throw was good, but looks like there was enough contact to get a foul on Briggs.
Wow.
Let's see if it's Swant at the line for 2, and no time has come off the clock. So Gamby missed on 1 of 2 there, and now Swant has a chance to make up a point here.
Ooh, tough break there for Swant. Misses the first. Really need these points if you're Simon Fraser. This time Beals checking into the game for Ket. And Ellen's just going to stand on the sideline here. Oh, that's okay, don't worry. But ready for a quick entrance into the game as Sophie makes the free throw.
Now I'm going to pull out my referee card, and I'm not sure if Beals was allowed to come back in the game at that point, given that no time had come off the clock between the substitutions. So I think the Clan caught a break there with their substitution pattern here. We had the free throw. It was, we'll talk about that after.
I'm just thinking of the incredible layers of complexity to the finish of Saturday's game and all the rules there that the referees knew about, and yet that wasn't called. So interesting. That's Hathaway at the line right now, number 35, 1:13 remaining in this game, and she is sure-handed on both of those, so it's back to a 9-point lead here. 1:11 remaining. And this Western defense is so key to what Simon Fraser wants to do. They're taking away those opportunities, face guarding on the perimeter, but Homer finds a way to quickly get to the basket for a layup. 70-63 is the score. Interesting what we're seeing here in terms of the personnel that head coach Langford has on the floor. Sam Beauchamp hasn't been in the game in quite a while here. Sophie Swant getting an extended take at the action here, but largely the big 4 of the 3 guards, Homer, Roberts, and Ket with Fragile. And they will go the distance here. Peacock, 71-63, 8-point lead here. Clan can make it a 2-possession game with a tray. settle for the medium ranger. Won't go for Homer off the back iron. Swant there like a battering ram. Fouling Tia Briggs. Every second important here to Simon Fraser, but the march to the free throw line, they are marching up those attempts at the stripe.
McLaren getting some opportunities, given the Western's not making all their free throws down here. They think for the last couple times they made 1 of 2, but unfortunately McLaren unable to put the ball in the hoop on the other end.
That's what we said. Sometimes these leads just are much more daunting than they might appear with simple three-point math. 10-point lead now with 43 seconds. Looking daunting here for Simon Fraser. Fradgley for 3, and she'll knock down the triple. Rachel Fradgley. Quick inbounds, and Ketz there, doesn't want to foul. Briggs quickly to Gandy across half court, 30 seconds remaining. Gandy's pass to Albert, back up top to Briggs. Down to 23 seconds now. It's a 2-possession game. And there's about 5 seconds between game and shot here as Peacock has the basketball. They're not going to wait much longer. Shot clock violation. The Western, I think, considers it a victory.
I think we're going to add a couple tenths of the second to the clock here. I think I heard 5.2, and that's what we're going to go with.
5.2. So a 2-possession lead here for the Vikings. Swant will inbound from the side. Want a triple if you're Simon Fraser. Swant, though, drives, and that's going to do it. 73-66 is the score. A 6-point, or check that, a 7-point loss for Simon Fraser. 7 points doesn't seem like much in this game. As the game wound down, it certainly did appear to be that way. Western Washington doing a solid job here as they come in and improve to 15-2 on the season. Simon Fraser will lose its second in a row, and they'll fall to 10-7 on the season in the GNAC. Tremendous game played by the Simon Fraser clan here tonight. They maximized what they had, and we wondered about the depth, and we wondered about how long they could stick in this thing against one of the best teams, not only in the conference but in the country. A tough contest here for Simon Fraser, a tough pill to swallow with Montana State Billings. Another vaunted team in the GNAC in here on Thursday. That's going to be part of our doubleheader here from the West Gym. So check out the schedules there for an earlier start. We'll have the men's game that follows as well. We're just waiting for some stats here, and we'll give you a quick run through the numbers before we sign off. And to bring you up to date on what happened in this game, Simon Fraser shot 46.9% on the game. They were 10 of 25, just 40% from the field in the second half after shooting 54% in the second. As Z mentioned, they went through some scoring droughts there. They were 10 of 25 from the field. Western Washington on the game shooting 42%, but 45% in the second half, 13 of 29. Starting off with the Vikings leading the way, Rachel Albert. She was tremendous shooting the basketball, great medium-range jump shooter. Didn't even take a three, didn't have to. She was 9 of 14, 19 points, 5 rebounds, pair of steals as well. A solid effort in 35 minutes for Rachel Albert, who's going to finish as the game's high scorer tonight. Taylor Peacock, the point guard, 18 points for her, 6 of 13 from the field. She was 5 of 6 from the stripe. Played 38 minutes and had just 2 turnovers, so a real solid effort, a great battle with Simon Fraser point guard Ellen Kett. Was very memorable performances today. Some of the other numbers to bring you up to date on: 9 points for Tia Briggs, 8 apiece for Alyssa Evans and Kayla Burnson. And Burnson also with 11 rebounds to lead all rebounders in this game. Some of the other Western scores to let you know about: 5 points for Kiana Gandy and 6 points for Alicia Hathaway. Simon Fraser's side of the ledger, 4 double-digit scorers, and they were led by Elisa Homer. She was 8 of 8 from the stripe, 2 of 3 from downtown, 16 points in 36 minutes for the North Vancouver product. Rachel Fradgley, very, very efficient today when she was able to touch the basketball. 7 of 8 from the field today for 15 points. Clan struggles, though, as Z mentioned, rebounding-wise. They were taken to school on the boards. 20 offensive rebounds and 20 defensive rebounds on the Clan's defensive glass, and that number improved in Simon Fraser's favor as this game went on. It was very distorted to begin with, but the overall rebounding numbers, 41-26 in Western Washington's favor. Some of the other Clan scores to let you know about: 11 points for Alicia Roberts, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, and Sophie Swant with a great performance, 11 points for Swant, so a solid effort for her. Ellen Kett had 9 assists and 3 turnovers in 40 minutes. Again, didn't leave the floor in this contest, or subbed in and out, but really played the whole game here right down to the end. Solid effort again for Ellen Kett. So the Clan 73-66 losers. And that'll do it for tonight. For Sports Information Director Steve Frost, for producer-engineer Gabe Lynn, and for my broadcast partner Zahid Valley Hashim, I'm Howard Samura signing off from the West Gym on Clan TV. Back with you again on a Thursday.
Rise above,